Hey guys, how's it going? It's Dan Weinberger here, CEO of Morpheus.Network. Here today with a very special guest, Roger Crook. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great, Dan. How are you?
Very, very well, very well. I'm a little bit under the weather, almost, getting over that hump of a slight illness, but let everyone know, the community know, I have not stopped working the entire time, of course. So nothing to slow you down when you're, when you're
We
excited.
know you're working all hours of day and night, so not surprising that you catch the odd cold. But
Yes.
get some rest.
You sound like my wife and my mother, but
Yeah.
very, very wise people, right? So they all know, all three of you. So, so what I wanted to show Roger today and the community as well is we're doing a bunch of different POCs using IoT devices. So basically, we're creating these event triggers. So what's an event trigger? It's basically something that happens that triggers something else. So an IoT device gives us stimuli. That stimuli can be taken as the event, and then we can trigger the next objective within our supply chain smart contract. So specifically, Roger and community, basically what we're doing today is showing a temperature sensor. Now, once again, we have a variety of sensors that we can connect to the platform. Geolocation is a very, very requested sensor. Actually, we'll show some cool stuff down the road with geolocation. But this one specifically is going to be a temperature demonstration. So, Roger, if you don't mind, I'll share my screen and we'll take a look at that for you.
Okay, sounds interesting.
All right, tell me you can see this. Should be the.
Yeah, I can see your screen very clearly. Thank you.
Yeah, just the platform dashboard. So I'll get it going here. So we don't have to take you too much of a tour around since we've seen this before. So let's get right into those specific modules that we want to set up for their IoT devices for temperature. So this is just be a demonstration. So put in our contract number here, throw in a date as well. Might as well use our template information, move right ahead to our active module screen. We have all these different available modules. We've seen this before. We can throw in a different payment. We can throw in automated email. We can throw in a QR code scan. Lots of functionality here. What we're going to concentrate on specifically are those IoT specific triggers and temperature trigger for this specific example. So let me quickly configure this here. So we're going to pick temperature, and we'll set it to a colder value here of 19 degrees. And you can see here there's humidity, shock, geolocation. These are different triggers that we can sort of set up through our platform. But today, once again, it's going to be temperature specific that we'll be looking at. I'll paste in the device ID itself. And I'll let you know that we actually synced up with our lab, as you can see over here as well. And we're also going to set up a second temperature device. Make it a slightly warmer temperature as well. Same device ID. All right, so now we're configured. So now we can go, we'll show it at the lab as well, but we'll actually view our smart contract sort of progressing here. Now we're gonna put our temperatures actually be a cold glass of water. That's on our temperature trigger right there. And you can see that it's actually triggered. And that trigger actually sets off our transaction hash as well. So that is hashed to the blockchain as well, as you can see right there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Amazing.
Yeah, that gives us a unique spot on the blockchains for that exact temperature trigger. And right now they've actually put on a different glass. That's warmer water there.
Yeah.
And that's actually triggered the second trigger as well. So we have two different temperature sensors, both hashed on the blockchain as well, both giving a unique location on the blockchain. So even though in this specific demonstration, we're just basically showing that, we figured that temperature in our labs and how that works out, that can be extrapolated to so many different examples, obviously, to, medicines being shipped around the world. You got to make sure the temperature.
Yeah, for a pharma product, for, temperature controlled pharma, I mean, it's a definite easy one, right? I mean,
yeah, exactly. If temperature rises too high, it's you can't distribute.
Or food products, as the same. I mean, frozen food.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I would have thought was a huge market opportunity.
Yeah, no, exactly. So, so not only are we able to, have those sensors sort of trigger based on a temperature, but that we're hashing it on the blockchain actually allows you to record that all the way down the entire path of that ship, the entire life cycle of that product or item, building up your digital footprint. So we have a huge history based on all these different IoT readings. So really excited about that and being able to connect that.
From a temperature excursion point of view, I mean, if you take pharma products, they have all the, the different 2 to 8 and over 8 and etc. ranges that are FDA regulation. And if there are temperature excursions, so obviously the blockchain records it in a very robust way that can't be changed and tampered with. So from a FDA point of view or from a customer point of view, they get a record through the blockchain that they know is accurate. Mm-hmm. They can't today because people can tamper with it.
Exactly right. And, like I said, with our business development, people ask, what verticals or what direction do you go? It's what the demand is from the industry. And like you say, in pharma and in fresh food as well, keeping track of temperature and recording that on the blockchain, having a whole history of that, that's what the demand is. And we're going to see those.
There must be other industry sectors as well, right?
Oh my, yes, definitely, right? When it comes to, let's say, like tier 1 automotive and being able to track back products, wouldn't necessarily be as important for a temperature sensor, but geolocation, to be authentic, that's a very important piece of every product to be the original quality piece as opposed to something that's counterfeit or something you can't track with an IoT device. So, but yeah, no, that's basically
or even very high quality products, right? I mean, medical equipment, even, or I don't know, maybe even jewelry, for example.
Another fantastic use case, and not something we're gonna talk about in this exact video, but we definitely have a POC down the line as well. So, Roger, you with the segues, you're so good with the segues, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, there must be technology items as well, right? I mean, high value, technology equipment.
Exactly. With import export, things moved around the world. The first things that people want to keep track of are high value things, right? So commodities, electronics, pharmaceuticals,
or even art, going completely the other end, art or fashion products. I mean, some fashion products are mega expensive, right? So.
Oh, of course. And we're seeing a lot of demand when it comes to luxury goods like cosmetics, because there's so many counterfeits, within that industry as well. They have a whole black market, a whole gray market, and having ways of tracking that and tracing it right back to the original manufacturer. That's what we're sort of delivering with our system. So, Roger, great talking to you as always, sir.
It looks fantastic. I'm really impressed with the test. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And I'm excited to sort of bring it all together with all these different demos, and people can actually take from each one of these demos and sort of put these different functionalities. All these functionalities work together. They're not just individual. You wouldn't just do a temperature sensor or a payment or a QR code scan by itself. All of them would work together for your supply chain. So even business owners start thinking about how their businesses run and how they can automate those processes. So, Roger, thank you again, sir. Always a pleasure. So
yeah, good to see you, Dan. Take care. Get better soon.
Thank you. I will. I promise. Thank you.